Hi, now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Rok, it's 6 minutes to midnight. Go to sleep, get some rest. And I say, yeah, you're right. But at first, I just wanna make this video because it's so interesting. Now, in the last two videos, first I have introduced this project. In the last video, I have found the right repository and switched to the right Git branch and to resolve some issues regarding the version control. And right now I have decided to introduce you to my application, not from this kind of view, but how it looks like and what it does. So I have approached this with testing, and since I didn't really know how to make unit tests, because they are, when more than half a year ago, it was just too hard of a nut for me to crack. I couldn't understand why, how, and when should you test unit tests, but I understood the functional tests or integration tests or end tests or tests. So they should be around here somewhere. I don't know, where are they? I wanted to say, yo, let's hop into the test file, but I can't seem to find it. Did I delete it? No way. Templates deployed. Oh my god, did I delete it? No way. Functional tests. It's right over here, so I just have to find the functional tests folder. Am I in the right folder? It says right here, like I should be on par with this repository. Apparently we haven't done the previous step all the way, because if we would have, everything would be the same, but it's not. Look there, here's web sticker directory. The virtual environment directory is in git ignore. User web interface, yes. Just functional tests. What? Whoa. Let's make a git pull. Already up to date. How can you say it's like ls? If you say ls, it says functional tests. They're right here. Just the damn Visual Studio Code doesn't pick up on that repository for some reason. Let's run it again. Alright, they're right here. I don't know what happened. Alright, this is a little bug, cost us around, I don't know, 4 minutes. So let's hop, or like there's this functional tests, which is a kind of a smoke test. Oh, Python. Okay, kind of a smoke test, but here is, I think, a proper yeah, this is the proper functional test. And you may be wondering, what is this spaghetti in front of my very eyes? As you can see, this is it's a class, but there are some short functions like setup and tear down, and some helper methods. But mostly over here we can see this function is this long, not that long. This function is this long. This function is this long, this function is this long. Okay. Oh, this function is really long. To over here. This function, aka test, is also kinda long. It goes to over here. And this one goes to over here. And this one goes to the way. And this one goes to over here. And this one goes to over here. Alright. Now I shall just, run up or run up the website on localhost. So let's say source virtual env bin activate. Alright, let's access this website. I have never checked out my websites. Well, I did. I have checked out my website on Brave browser. Brave browser, localhost. Let's visit our localhost. Localhost at port 8000. There is something. Okay, there is nothing running on the localhost, because I would have to go to Python, then manage py file and run server. Alright, let's go. Alright, now this is the website. As you can see, I've put minimum effort into design. It's basically just HTML, and that is made on purpose, because I have struggled with pretty design and stuff like that, and to me it just turned out ugly. So I said it would be better and simpler if I just made it in HTML. Now right here we are greeted with a GIF showing how the gameplay looks like. This is Lolek player 1 playing, and this is Bolek player 2 also playing. Instructions inside, it says. Alright, it says create a game and invite your opponent, or play versus the machine. Now, if there is like a 2 players game, we have rounds, like 3 rounds, and player 1's name would be like Rock, and player 2 would be Honorable Anti-Rock. So let's start the game, let's show. Now, Rock, I can, like, instructions are: the player who picks up the last card loses, the players must pick up at least 1 card each turn. When picking up multiple cards, they must come from the same row. So this game is meant to be played like this, that other player, no matter he can be or she can be in another part of the world, just grabs the URL of this game, pastes it in his or her own computer, and looks at the game. And it's a consensus: if you're not on turn, you must not click unless you're gonna ruin it. So let's say I'm Rock over here, let's say in Asia, and Anti-Rock is in Africa, and this is Rock's screen and this is Anti-Rock's screen. So Rock starts. Now it's, look, it's broken, because this should refresh by itself. Now Anti-Rock plays a game and it's broken. Alright, check this out. Oh my god, it's broken. So there is an error. Oh damn. Look, we're on a branch that should not use WebSockets, but actually does use WebSockets. What a disaster. Let's make notes text file. Let's access it and say master branch uses WebSockets but shouldn't. Also, the game doesn't refresh by itself, or in more technical terms, we must refresh the page manually to see the opponent's move. Okay, well, I have kind of been able to display a basic gameplay, you know. Now the local host is down. Alright, let's bring it back up. It's gonna make a bunch of like, oh, there's no WebSocket and shit like that. So let's just continue. Okay, now there's something wrong, because everything was put back on and this game with this URL doesn't exist anymore, you know. So let's just say you know, and they're like, you play this, you know. It works fine if you do it on a single computer. Maybe if you have a little brother and sister and you like exchange the keyboard, you know. Now the blue one's gonna win because the reds has to pick up the last card. We're on round 7 and continue, and they just play 7 rounds, and at the 7 rounds it just counts like how many rounds did anyone win, and the game declares a final winner. Now this should be covered all by tests, because it says remove cards from row in foreign browser. Then this is a helper method that just removes cards from row. This is a helper method to start new game. This is also a helper method or a helper test method that asserts that round X of W is finished. The more interesting one is test user can play a game with himself. This test would pass right now because I just did that. So let's make a prediction that this test will pass. Then this test, multiple players can play on different URLs. This test would fail as we showed manually. Test meeting empty form returns error message. What kind of form? Game form. Oh, okay. So the thing you have to know, like this game, this is actually called a form because this is basically a form. So if you submit, this is an error message. So I guess this test would pass or would be green in the programming jargon. Test games can be played between 2 players online without them having to refresh the page. This one also wouldn't work, but I kind of don't know how is this different from this. Maybe I can make a test that refreshes the page by itself, and this would be like this test, and page would automatically refresh would be this test, but that wouldn't really make any sense, you know, because that then would be 2 different products, so to say. So if I wanna like figure out how to run these tests, I should maybe just do it like this. If I say Python manage py test functional tests, and then access the tests folder, no model named functional tests. Alright, you know, I wanted to like access this and this. So it's static live, it's a unit test. It uses a Django. Now I can't right now. Let's figure out how to run this test and then wrap up the video. I have helped myself greatly. This book inspired me. It's called Test-Driven Development with Python using Django. It's called Test-Driven Development with Python. You can read it online for free. I have bought a book right over here. If you go on my website, you can see me right over here with this book I'm holding. This is my finger, yo, what's up? So I have bought it, but I also use the online version, you know, because sometimes it's more practical. Like I like to sit on my ass and I don't need to get up and like pick up the book myself. So here, at first, the test is it's a functional test. At first, this is a testing code. It helps you to write tests. Now it's just right over here would be just like straight up run the test, you know, just like make a Python and then access the repository and then access the script tests.py. Alright, does that work? That kinda didn't work. So that doesn't work. Alright, we have to go further in the book, because in the book the author shows a simple way to write a functional test and then integrates it. Like for example, this test is a very standalone, it just uses Selenium. But this test over here has unit test, uses Selenium, and also some kind of a Django module for static live server test case class. And yeah, let's find it. Why not? It's test finishing my list using spiking, despiking, deploying JavaScript. Maybe we could just like go over here and check it out if the author initiates a test. Initiates a test. Here is a git commit, key error, grep, uses a grep function. I don't remember that, kind of. I guess it wasn't that important. Well, he used it a couple of times, the grep function. Test lists. Maybe I should just write it like this. Test functional tests. Yeah, just like this. I will even copy and paste it to show you how much it is just like this, or as of exactly like this. And this is kind of similar to what I have already written. Let's do it. Something's happening. Yo. Alright. Oh yeah. That test is passing. Yeah. The person can play a game with himself. Nice. Or herself. Let's not be sexist. But yeah, the person can play. Look. The test. Oh yeah, the first test passed. Now this one is gonna probably, yeah, he tried to open double browsers. Now this test, like, also error. No. I didn't know what this one tested, but it passed. 3 tests passed. Oh yeah. Alright. Alright. Nice. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 tests of 5 tests had passed. Only the test games can be played between 2 players online without having to refresh the page has failed. So yeah, that's it. I hope you got something out of this video. I guess nobody really watched it. So anyways, have a nice day and bye. I'll go to sleep. I know. I'll go to sleep. Bye.